Hello and welcome to Seaview Tech Tips. In today's video I'm going to show you how to create a Microsoft Office form. This can be used as a replacement for SurveyMonkey or Google Forms. It works a lot better on the school internet and the results can be exported into Excel. Things I'm going to cover in this video today include how to get to Microsoft Forms, creating a form then adding questions, styling the form with a theme and pictures, and then configuring the form for different use cases such as anonymous answering or signing in to answer. The first thing we're going to want to do is go to office.com. You'll need to sign in with your LearnLink email. I've already done that to speed things up in this video. And forms may appear here for you, but if it doesn't, you need to click all apps and forms will appear here. Click on that and it'll take you to the forms page. It may prompt you with a thing to create a form. We can just click the top, there'll be an X up here to just close that window. We don't want to do that. And then we're presented with our current forms if you have any already, but if you don't, that's no worry. We can go straight to add a form, new form. It'll present you with an untitled form. I want to name that form, so we might call this test form. We can enter a description, so I'm going to enter Seaview Tech Tips video. Now, in the description, you may want to explain who your target audience is and what your survey is about. This will help you get the best results in answers. So now we can click Add New. This will add a new question. Our options first start with choice. I'll click on that. Click on that to add it to your survey. Here's where you type your question. So we might ask, which laptop do you prefer? And we can click Windows or Mac OS. See, it's already filled that in for us. And we can also let people select multiple answers, so they can select both, or we might turn it off for this question. And also make this question required. So if we tick this, people will have to answer this question to complete the survey. You may want to do this for some questions to make sure you get all the necessary answers. We can also add more options, so we might put Linux in there. And we can also click add other options. So if they want to type, they can do that. So here, we want to push add new again. We're now going to look at a text question. So we can ask here, why so? And question mark, and then people can enter their answer in there. We're not going to make this question required though, but we do want a long answer. So see how that makes the box bigger to allow people to add more text to their answer. If you also want to add a picture to your survey, you can click insert media. You can add an image or video. I'll add an image for this one. We can search Windows and we can add a picture for that just for demonstration purposes. Click add, and now it's added the picture in here. I'll show you what all the questions look like in a survey at the end, but the next thing I'm going to do is add a rating. So a rating might be, how would you rate the school's internet out of 10? And then we want to select to 10. We can leave it as stars, or we might change it to numbers, so people can now select numbers. We'll add a question mark to that one. And we're not going to make this question, we're going to make this question required, sorry. And again, we can add a picture up here if we want to, but I'm not going to, just to save some time. The next option is a date, so people can answer with a date. So when did you last use an iPad? And then we're going to turn this question off from being required, and they can answer with a date. So we're going to push add new. There's more options here. Ranking. So ranking will allow you people to rank their preferences. So we might go, which operating system is best? Rank. And then we can add Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. And we can add more options if we want to, but I'm not going to. We can delete that. You can also delete any of these. And we're not going to make this question required. We can add new. There's more options again. We can add a liker. So that's like agree and disagree statements. I'm not going to fill this in just to save some time. We can add new again, which is the score. So how likely you recommend us to a friend or colleague. You won't get the 1 to 10. If people answer 6 and some answer 5, you won't see that. You'll just see an overall percentage of people like this or not. So you can change the text here as well. We can also add a new section. So if we want to split our survey up into different areas, we can scroll all the way back up. Say we want to do, when did you last use an iPad? Click on it, add new in this area section, and it'll create a page too. So I'm going to call this iPads, and you can add a description about this section as well. Test, that's all we're going to put there. So now I'll show you what these look like in a preview. So if we push preview, it'll preview our form, and as we can see, our test form at the top here, and we've got the description here. You can select which one. That's what a picture looks like attached to the question. So again, we can enter our answer here, rate our things out of 10, select a date. We can push next to go to the next section. See at the top it has iPads test. We can move these around, so I might think Mac's best. And then we can also, here's our disagree and agree statement, so you can fill that in with anything you like and how likely you recommend us to a friend or colleague. And we push submit. We can go back to the thing and see a response here. Before we do that though, we want to select a theme. If you select a theme, it makes the survey more appealing. See, it adds a color theme. You can of course add your own picture and color. I'm not going to do that just to save on time again. But the most important part is the settings. So to get to the settings for your survey, you go to the top right 3 dots, settings, and this is the most important one here. Who can fill out this form? If you want only staff and students to be able to fill it out, you can select this, and this means they have to log in with their LearnLink email and password to be able to respond to this. And you can make it record their name, but if you'd rather anonymous, you can untick that. You might also want to select 1 response per person. It'll stop people from spamming your survey. But if you want to share this on, say, your Facebook or Snapchat or Instagram for family and friends to participate in, you want to select anyone with this link can respond. I would recommend this even if you're only sending out in school. It just saves time on people logging in with their LearnLink. It may make more people do your survey. We can add a start and end date if we want to as well, if that's needed. And if you don't have a section in, like you don't have 2 pages, you can turn on shuffle questions. You can also customize the thank you message. So your response was submitted and you might want to add a special message that leaves your participant feeling nice that you've done the survey. So now we're going to move on to the sharing out. So if we push share, as we can see here, it provides us with a massive link. This link is quite long, and it's really inconvenient to share out on Daymap and Facebook alike. So if we copy this link by clicking copy, we can go to bit.ly and it'll take us to bit.ly. There's no need to sign up. We can paste our link straight here and click shorten. It will then shorten our link here. So there's the original link. Here's our short link. We can copy it. And I'll just do this just to test. You can go to a new tab, enter the link, and as you can see, it takes it straight to our form. And there's our survey in the final format. And push next. Well, see, this question is required. It has the red dots here. So if we select Windows, we don't need to answer why so. We wrote the school's internet. We last used an iPad today, as a matter of fact. We might say Mac OS is better. We'll answer these. And how likely, and then push submit, and there's our customized thank you message. So that's the basics of creating a form. Now I'll show you the responses to a form. So now I'll show you how to access the responses of your form. So I have another form that has been shared with me with lots of responses, so I can give you the best picture. So if we go back to forms, and that's how you get back to the forms homepage. We can go share with me, and I can click on this. Here we can see the survey, so what year level are you in, and then the class, and then there's agree, disagree, and then worded answers. If we go to responses, we can see how many responses we got and the time it took to complete. The year level, it creates a nice chart for you. It might be handy to insert some of these into your research project if we're using it for that. And as we can see here, which people most agree. Most people agree with this survey, this question, sorry, as we can see. And then we got 61 responses from all of them. And then we can see the latest responses. To view all your responses though, you click open in Excel and click on startup or whatever the Excel file is called. It'll open up on your screen, and we want to click enable editing just so it can sometimes change how it looks. We don't need to worry about ID. That just shows how many people completed the survey and the start and end date. If you have that they need to sign in, their email will appear here along with their name, but this survey clearly didn't have that. The year level, this was the first question and this was the second question. And as we can see here, related to the anonymous user, we can see that they agreed with all of these questions here. To see fully what these questions are, if you click on them, it'll show you all at the top here. And then we can see their worded answers again. Click on them, it comes up at the top here. So that's the basics of creating a form on Microsoft Forms. Of course, you can do a lot more if you have the time to fiddle around with it, make custom themes, insert pictures everywhere. I tend to find the better your form looks and the more user-friendly it is, the more likely you're going to have people filling it out. But yeah, thank you for watching Seaview Tech Tips.